If you're looking for a dairy alternative because you don't like dairy, you can't have dairy, or you just want something new and delicious, you should try oat milk. Oat milk's really easy to make. You can even make chocolate oat milk if you like, and it's kind of delicious. It has more protein than your other nut milks, and it really has a creaminess that is beautiful on granola and froths up beautifully for a coffee. All you need to make it are some oats, some water, and a blender. So let's get started. The first thing you have to do is take your oats. Now these need to be old-fashioned oats, not the quick cooking oats. Quick cooking oats have already been partially cooked, so some of those nutrients have already been taken out. So take a cup of traditional old-fashioned oats and put them in a bowl, cover them with water so that they soak for at least half an hour. The reason you want to do this is because it removes some of the phytic acid. Phytic acid prevents the proper absorption of zinc and iron, so this makes it more digestible, easier to absorb nutrients, and easier to make the milk. After those oats have soaked for 30 minutes, you need to drain them and then rinse them. So take your rinsed oats and pop these into a blender. To that, we're going to add about 3.5 cups of water. I'm going to process these oats for about 20 to 30 seconds because I'm using a high-speed blender. This is a Vitamix. If you have a regular blender, you want to process them for no more than a minute. The reason you want to limit the time in the blender is because the oat milk can have a tendency to get a little bit slimy. Limit the time, no problem with the slime. So now we're going to strain these oats, and the way to do that professionally would be to use a nut milk bag. These are pretty readily available. It's a cotton bag that has the seam on the outside, and you can strain right through there. If you don't have a nut milk bag, you can use a double layer of cheesecloth and put that into a regular strainer and strain through that. I'm going to use this nut milk bag. Let's put this nut milk bag into a vessel, turn it over a little bit, and we're going to pour the oat milk right into the bag. Now here's where it can get a little bit messy. You're going to lift this bag up and you're going to start to twist the top of it. Continue to twist the bag as it gets smaller and smaller, squeezing it so that all of that oat milk will drain out of the bottom. Squeezing out as much of the oat milk as you can will take a little time. There'll be just some remnants of oats inside the bag with perhaps a little bit of liquid. Take this over to the sink, give it a good wash, and get it dried for the next time. So at this point, what you've made is completely unsweetened oat milk. So you have to taste it and decide if you want to sweeten it or not. So give it a stir. Oat milk will always separate, so remember that when you use it later on. You're going to give it a shake. Give it a little taste. It is so slightly sweet, tastes just a tiny bit of oats, and it's super creamy. But I want to sweeten this. You have lots of options. You could use cane sugar, you could use coconut sugar, you could use maple syrup, and maple syrup is my choice. So just about 1 to 2 tablespoons of maple syrup in here, and then you chill it down in a bottle and it's delicious. Give that a stir in to dissolve and you can see how creamy that is. It's going to be delicious. Pour it through a funnel into any old milk carton that you might have, and then store it in your refrigerator for about 5 days. There you have it. Pop a lid on that milk jar, and then when you go to use the oat milk, remember to give it a turn over a couple times just to reconstitute it. Separating is 100% normal. Now you have oat milk, or even chocolate oat milk, to put wherever you would normally use milk. Check out the recipe to learn how to make chocolate milk or even strawberry oat milk.